Hello everybody, this is Purge bringing you guys the next set. This is going to be the grand finals of the Gamecom.Plantronics Dota 2 tournament. Top prize is $2,000. Second place is 1,000 DarkFalco. What is the word? Blah. Guaranteed. It doesn't start with a C. Guaranteed at least $1,000 here. Winner takes home 2K. So super awesome prize pool for such a small tournament. But make sure you guys go check out the sponsors. Gamecom.Plantronics.com/Dota2 if you guys want to check out the Dota 2 headsets that they are partnered with Valve for. You get the Dota 2 Battle Fury in-game if you guys purchase those. Valued at $40 to $60. Super worth it. Headsets are pretty awesome too. But we're in the finals. We just saw DarkFalco take out Gratz, though, in the lower bracket finals. And how will they fare against Dignitas? They have been beaten by Dignitas already in a 2-0. So it's looking like it's going to be, they're the underdogs for sure. Might be difficult, but hopefully for their sake, they have gotten a lot better within the 2-day period between, I don't know what the split was, but I think there were a bunch of games between, or a bunch of days, excuse me, between where they played in winner's bracket, where they played losers bracket, and where they're going to play the finals here. But dude, you guys saw that bear. Armlet bear, how do you beat that? It's so good. That was such a cool build. Armlet player worked out really, really nicely. Made the bear so tanky too in the mid game, which is something you don't normally see from the bear. There's that big like 20-minute period after Radiance before you finish the AC that the bear actually dies quite easily. But the Armlet quite prevented that. And the bear was always full HP essentially because he's getting like 5 HP regen a second plus his natural. So really useful, I thought. Anyways, Dignitas, DarkFalco here. First round ban's a little peculiar actually from DarkFalco. They banned out a Wisp and a Keeper of the Light. Now the main reason they did this most likely is because Wisp and Keeper of the Light are not necessarily tier 1 bans, they're more tier 2 bans, but if they ban the tier 2 bans, that means that there's lots of really good heroes that'll squeeze through for their draft. So they get Batrider, Dignitas gets to choose between Nyx, Magnus, Lifestealer is gone, TA is there. There's actually a lot of really good heroes in the pool still, and Dignitas only gets 2. DarkFalco gets to pick up the other 2. So hypothetically speaking, DarkFalco would get 3 tier 1 heroes, Dignitas would get 2 tier 1 heroes. And then since some of the tier 2s are gone, then things will be relatively okay for them. I think the hard part when you do this kind of a strategy is that you get so many good heroes that it's hard making them all kind of fit together. Sometimes there's a lot of overlap. You might have too many mids, or you might have too many heroes that are good at mid and aren't as versatile. So Darkseer, another example of a tier 1 hero that I completely forgot about but exists. So Darkseer, Nyx, Assassin is the draft for Dignitas. DarkFalco, I'm expecting will do a Magnus. If they do Magnus, they're going to be forced to do Batrider offlane. That's an example of one of the things that they will run into with problems. But Magnus, Batrider for sure. I'm guessing Magnus. It's a good hero. Possibly Rubik. They could also go Gyrocopter if they want to pick them up in the first round, because I expect he'll be banned most likely in the second round. Pretty common.
5 seconds.
But a minute, and there it is. Magnus is picked up for sure, and Gyrocopter. Damn, I feel good right now. That feels good. Alright, Magnus, Gyrocopter. Batrider is their lane. So safe lane farm Gyro, Magnus mid most likely, and Batrider in long lane. Dignitas goes for the puck. I've seen Fogged play this a couple times. Oh, by the way, they have a stand in this game. I was informed by Monolith that when they played these matches, Fogg's power died for 40 minutes, so they had a stand in for this match, unfortunately. So that is why we see KZZ here instead of Fogged. But most likely we'll see him mid, I'm guessing. Regardless, Puck, great hero. Pretty good against Magnus as well, actually, because if you can initiate on him, if you just do the initial damage and break his Blink Dagger for 3 seconds, he might miss the perfect ulti opportunity. So Puck might be aiming more for counter initiation, or at least a, not counter initiation necessarily, but to break the initiation, do the damage to Magnus, possibly silence him as well. And if you can target him and delay his ulti for the first 5 seconds of the team fight, oftentimes people are grouped up dead, and the RP won't be nearly as useful at that point. And we actually won't see a Lone Druid for once. It was a hero that was used quite a bit by DarkFalco stack just to play against the last few matches. And Dignitas is well drafting the hero a lot, and really starting to see, man, that hero is still very, very good. And despite only having things like Tranquil Boots and Phase Boots, we still see teams pushing very early with it, just because it is tough to deal with. The Lone Druid himself has so much HP. Even with the Phase Boots and a little Roar, you can take towers quite rapidly. And if you get entangles on people that are out of position, they simply die. So still very, very strong hero, and he scales very well late game as well, with the right item choices, which everybody's been doing, of course. Sven is going to be the next ban from Dignitas here. And now it is DarkFalco stack turn for the last ban. Looks like everybody's kind of banning out carries here. Obviously, Dignitas doesn't need to. They're banning out supports. Naga Siren as well as Sven is what they're predicting. Shadow Demon is still in the pool. That's a hero that DarkFalco has been drafting a lot, I believe. So could be, let me think. Or was that... No, that was Gratz though last time. Sorry. Gratz though drafted the Shadow Demon, I think. Whatever. It's been all over the place.
10 seconds remaining.
Could be a Shadow Demon. A little surprised to see the Sven banned first, but
5
maybe they're more worried about
seconds
Sven than other supports. I personally don't feel like he's that big of a threat, but it is nice. Warcry is quite fantastic, as is the stun. The AoE stun can be amazing. Can really swing team fights if you get a good ulti off or a good stun off. And it's never a bad thing to have God Strength. Double damage on a support hero is not a terrible thing. So last ban still waiting. A minute left over for Falco. Dignitas is long lane Darkseer, possible mid, most likely mid puck, and then a Nyx support. We'll see Nyx support this game. I haven't seen that many Nyx supports. We saw one last game, of course, but a lot of mids and farming Nyxes over the course of the night. So, and this is the best of 3, by the way. I know some of you guys were asking if finals is best of 5. It is not. It's a best of 3. So, maximum 3 games, minimum 2 games is what we're looking at right now. Clinks will be banned now by DarkFalco Sack. A little surprising, actually, because Clinks is very good against Darkseer, but it wouldn't have fit in their lanes. They already had 3 farming heroes. I guess so that makes complete sense. They're not going to play support Mag or support Bat Rider, unless they do a jungling Bat, which is not really played very often right now, actually. It works quite well, but it doesn't quite put as much pressure on the map, and really, it doesn't control your lanes as well as Bat Rider can naturally by being a solo hero. So, last ban is going to be a Shadow Demon, so no Shadow Demon for DarkFalco. This is, I'm guessing they were thinking along that vein when they banned both the Sven as well as the Shadow Demon, so makes a lot of sense here. And 40 seconds left for DarkFalco. They need support heroes, 2 support heroes, and that is why Dignitas banned them also hard. That's another thing that DarkFalco ran into for problems here. Since they had to pick all tier 1 heroes, Gyrocopter, Magnus, and Barrett, those are all farm-dependent heroes, which means that they couldn't at least get 1 support and leave their draft a little unknown. So since Dignitas knew, okay, they have a mid-mag, and they have a farming Gyro, and they have a long lane Bat Rider, unless they go aggressive tri-lane, we can just ban supports, so we can ban all the best supports. Now we're forcing DarkFalco, despite them having tier 1 heroes, to actually work with arguably less good supports. Now Rubik is still a great support, obviously, but maybe it's not exactly what they wanted to go for, you know? That's all possibilities, but Rubik is great against Puck, Darkseer, Nyx Assassin, not necessarily that he's good at countering them, but those are all great abilities that any Rubik would be happy to have. Puck ulti, Waning Rift is maybe a little iffy, as is the Illusory Orb, but Darkseer Vacuum, Darkseer ulti, even Ion Shells can be quite usable in team fights. So I think the Rubik pick was solid. Now Dignitas gets 1 shot at a support before DarkFalco finishes off the last one. They could go for jungler as well, actually. It's definitely possible. Enigma is still in the pool, so we could see something like Enigma or Chen. We saw Dignitas use Chen very effectively against DarkFalco earlier today, but right now their lineup is a lot more ganky and a little bit less pushy. That's definitely the case. They don't have very much push right now. Darkseer alone is not going to cut it, but it's more gank team fight at the moment. And they're going to Windrunner for the long lane. Or support? Farm? Could be a farming Windrunner. I've heard about a weird Windrunner build. Believe it or not, AOI does weird builds that are very smart. Alright, weird is the wrong word. He does unconventional. We'll use that word. Very unconventional builds. We could see a farming Windrunner. Who is that did that? TC. That was who it did. I can't remember what build he went. It was something weird. I don't know if it was an MKB rush or something else. Regardless, it doesn't matter. Might be a farming Windrunner. Could be a jungling Darkseer. I'd be surprised. I don't think they'll put Windrunner long lane if they have a Darkseer. They'll probably put Darkseer long lane. Windrunner, I'm guessing either support or a farming role. And they're going to use weird heroes, possibly. And Jakio's the last pick. So a support that is not as good as he used to be. His Ice Path now costs 90 mana, so it's decently more expensive. The damage is now 25 at level 1. It used to be 100. It's an insanely good nuke at level 1. A Skeleton King. So we are looking at a Windrunner support, a Nyx Assassin support, a Skeleton King farmer with AUI 2000 on that, and mid-puck long lane Darkseer. A weird draft. Skeleton King almost never drafted as a hard carry. He does not see play, and we are going to see a play with him right now. Good luck, have fun is called. This is the finals, guys. Whoever wins this best of 3 takes home the 2K in cash for the tournament. So let's go over the players for the Radiant teams. The DarkFalco stack. FNC is going to be playing Gyrocopter. DarkFalco is on the Magnus, Hannah Montana on the Batrider. We have got Mojo Storm Stout on the Rubik. And finally, Dismech, aka Samjack, is playing the Jakiro for the Dire team. This is Team Dignitas. Came through the winners bracket. No game advantage here in the finals. Universe is on Darkseer. We've got Tides Dota on Nick Assassin, also known as Tides of Time. AOI 2000 playing Skeleton King. We've got Way Too Sexy on the Windrunner. Oh, he's got the Windrunner hat. This one's pretty cool. I like this one a lot, actually. Looks nice. And last player, am I missing anybody? KZZ standing on puck. It looks like they might fight Tides. Does spot out the enemy team. I don't know if they want to fight this. Windrunner's not the best level hero. Radiant team looks to be, yeah, this is a much better level 1 team by far. They all have usable abilities. Ice Path, good skill. Orb is okay, does damage, but it's only so much. So I don't think Dignitas wants to fight this. Just want to keep vision of them. Preferably they want to see of any ward spots that go down, if that is what they're doing. And they have scouted things out. They know that the Sand King's top. The whole team was there, so maybe it's not completely obvious, but this might be a fast bottle. I'm not really sure. This is a bottle build for mid typically, but he is in a safe lane farm, so he's not expecting to be contested.
And here we go.
But that's because he's expecting a Batrider along, which is pretty safe. Might just be Batrider jungling at level 1. He'll probably start off in the jungle, most likely. FNC going to the bot lane, and as is Darkseer, so he's in an Iron Shell, regenning himself, and he's going to spot out Gyrocopter, but he can't fight this. Rocket Barrage does way too much damage to a solo target in the jungle, so they'll back away. Yep, Hannah's going to start off jungling. You can see by his position. Jakir goes to the bot lane. And DarkFalco will attempt mid with a Magnus versus KZZ's Puck. So starting off with a deny here. So yeah, for now, Skeleton King will get complete free farm. He should not have any trouble. Pretty good base damage on this hero as well. He's got the crunchiest sword sound ever. He's actually looking to push this, actually. He wouldn't be auto-attacking these range creeps if he wasn't for this. And this is very smart because he figures Batrider's not going to be here, so I might as well push the lane. Now, even if he doesn't do a ton of damage to the tower, even if he does 300 points of tower damage or so, that's going to pay off. I mean, that's what you should do if they're solo or if they're not in the lane. You should push this lane. Because I know for a fact Batrider is just going to stack this and kill it, most likely with Firefly. Yeah, that's what he is going to do here. So he'll start this off with Firefly. Here comes the damage. He'll pull the creep wave. It doesn't do that much. It's only 20 damage per second, but he'll hit the tree. And here he goes. He will kill this eventually. Just a little bit of back and forth. Gyrocopter actually gets first blood on Darkseer. That was with a missile and follow up with telekinesis and an ice path. That's a lot of stuns. Universe probably came a little bit too far forward and then got caught. So he did pick up level 2 at least. Maybe he's a little too greedy. Looks like he barely got level 2, so maybe he picked up 2 and then got caught. But Way Too Sexy actually looking to deward, and that is exactly what he's going to do. He's going to find the Observer Ward here. And how has he seen that? I am not sure. I have no idea how he saw that ward from the low ground. That was weird. No idea. We'll just let it happen, I guess. Magnus mid, DarkFalco is up to 6 last hits. Puck's at 6 and 4, so pretty even at the moment. His HP is getting low, but he does have a bottle coming, and actually a ton of harass actually from KZZ. If KZZ does a good job, actually, he should be able to phase shift any shockwave harass coming from Magnus, so he should be okay. Has he been pushing? He has not yet. All right, I don't know what's happening. Maybe it's because of the pull that was happening from Tides. I'm not quite sure, but that might be it as well. If you push the lane forward a little bit and there's a pull to carry the creeps, then he doesn't have to last it under tower. So that might have been what he was doing here. He doesn't have a stout shield yet either. I think he's going Midas maybe because he's at 1200 right now. He's got to take under tower. He doesn't have a stout. So we'll see what he does with this. It's much harder to last under tower even for pro players, guys. So if you're wondering why they try to avoid it if possible. He's actually got all stats even. 1 Hellfire Blast, 2 levels in stats currently. And at level 4 he will actually stun a creep for the gold. And see where he goes. Actually going to pick up a really weird skill build at the moment. But the Hellfire Blast damage doesn't scale amazing. It gives you an extra, what, 100? I'm sorry. 50, 30, 80. That's actually 80 damage from level 1 to level 2. It's not bad. Windrunner now in the long lane. What is going on? Darkseer shifted. This is a weird game. So they took a Windrunner support, and they went around and dewarded, and then they put Darkseer in long lane, put him to level 2. He died, and now they put Windrunner down here. Very, very peculiar. Though Windrunner can't really solo farm. I mean, there's not really a whole lot else she can do. She can go stack camps. She's not going to roam successfully because she doesn't have a good disable. She just picked up Windrunner first, or Windrun first, understandably. So there's not really a whole lot she can do at the moment. Darkseer will jungle. He will catch up this way, and we'll see if Windrunner can get any XP. She'll stack Ancients, of course, and that's what she's doing, actually. So AOI's got items coming. It will be a mystery recipe. Handamitis is indeed what it is. Pretty good item for Skeleton King, actually, because the extra attack speed is obviously right. 2 levels of critical strike currently. 1 stat level, 1 Hellfire Blast. So a little bit different than what we would normally expect. I think the stun stats build is pretty popular, though this will give him more damage early on. It still doesn't crit that well early game because your damage is so low. But a crit is a crit. Bot damage taking some dower. Well, I said that really bad. Bot tower is taking some damage. That was really... Alright, tower's going down. Flat cannon damage, a little bit of harass on way 2 seconds. Just going to take 1 hit, and the rocket barrage will clean things up. So they should be able to take this tower. 3 range creeps and a catapult is a lot of damage towards the tower, especially with 3 heroes hitting this, honestly. And they have a basey up on that as well. Gyrocopter with the last hit. That's one downside about them having a jungling heroes. Them pushing is not quite as easy. Boots will come mid as to KZZ, 20 last hits on him, whereas Magnus is also sitting at 20. So DarkFalco is doing just fine here on the mid lane. DD picked up now, and this is the problem with taking a really fast early tower. If FNC actually wants to go get last hits now, it's in a much more dangerous area, closer to the tier 2 tower. It's easy for somebody to swing around behind him, but as long as he plays relatively safe and has vision of, especially Puck, I think he'll be okay. I mean, Darkseer is not that much of a threat to a phase-booted Gyrocopter, so I think he'll be okay. Even a Skeleton King ganking or something like that is not the end of the world. Though we do see Hannah Montana at level 4 now. He has gotten 21 last hits, he's level 4. Skeleton King has a pretty big advantage over him with Reincarnation, 3 critical strike, but regardless, I think he'll be okay. A little bit of mana drain here, and it will be alright. So he's just going to go for some farming builds. Puck actually going a little top rune. He does have the DD up. Will he get RP'd is the question. There's a little bit of roam coming. He's looking for it, but not going to land. More harass on DarkFalco, about 100 damage being done there. And FNC is not actually matching the EXP gain of Skeleton King at the moment. But that's because he has a Hand of Midas and he has 100% free EXP gain. Every time the creep wave comes up and he had supports around, he's got to split that 3 ways. And right now, he's not getting free farm like the Skeleton King is. So this early tower kill might be costing him a little bit. Though we might see Rubik get killed mid. There's a telekinesis left. Nice salve pop. That'll keep him keep him alive here. Ice Path is going to whiff. And Universe playing just a little bit of little bodyguard here. Windrunner level 3 at the moment, and FNC now at level 6. Most likely we'll pick up his ulti here, and a magic wand. A lot of early game items, pretty typical stuff that we see from Gyrocopters. This is a triple stack at the moment, I believe. Pretty solid. Skeleton King is going to kill that. He's got lifesteal, he can do it. It's so weird to see the item build like this, but if you're in a solo farming situation, it makes a lot of sense. Especially if the creep wave is dead and you go in the jungle, crit is by far going to be more efficient than maxing out stun, because you will kill those neutral creeps faster. So that's one very good thing about the build. If you're not expecting to stun a lot of dudes, you don't really need to max out stun now or until later. Mana cost doesn't change, so I would say at some point it's worth maxing, but for now he does not need to do that. Ooh, he got stuck. Big mistake. Wow, that's a big loss, actually. He's got to wait about 15 seconds to get home. Small mistake from him. Get another stack up here. Looks like this is still only 3 stacks. I don't know if it didn't work. It does get harder to stack as the more you get. Nyx does not have a whole lot just yet. There's the TP back finally, and he will be getting mana again. Level 8. DarkFalco's 7 still. Very close to Arcane Boots. And Hannah actually has 6, so he could go do some ganking. No way he's going to kill Skeleton King, though. I mean, with Reincarnation up, that's one of the really nice things about it. They'd have to really commit to get a kill. And if they do jump on the Skeleton King, by the time he dies and respawns, we will see 1 stun on Hannah Montana, but by the time that he dies and respawns, the people that have TP'd will actually be close to him. So that's kind of one cool thing about Skeleton King. But he does peek off late game, so they will have some trouble with that, but... and by that I mean Skeleton King does insane damage, he really does, and he's quite the capable carry, but the problem is that he's melee and people can run away from him, and once you get late game enough, you just kill his allies and then you just kind of walk away from him. You get Ghost Scepters, you get Force Staffs, dare I say Rod of Atos, and at that point he doesn't do as much. If his BKB runs out, you just get kited, so we'll see what he goes for. I would love to see something like a Shadow Blade. That's one of the items that really does give you the option to initiate quite well. But we'll see what he goes for. KZ Invis, there's a sentry actually down here. He can't go on the Jakiro, but he might be able to catch him jungle. But regardless, he's got 30 strength. Insanely tanky support here despite having no items. Maybe Puck will try for FNC instead. 1,500 gold on him. Windrunner has level 4, so 200 damage from the power shot. I don't know if that'll be enough, though. They'll have to go on the Jakiro, I think. Gyro's a much bigger threat. Power shot for the wave, and KZZ is waiting for this. Oh, there's a TP coming. It's going to be Darks here, actually. They want a little bit of extra help. There's the ulti starting things off. FNC is going to be the one. Orb comes through. He does get silenced. So, he breaks tether just barely in the power shot. That's going to guarantee the kill. A very slight mistake from FNC. He was right on the edge of the tether, and he broke it. An 8 to stun. Another 1.5 second stun there. And that's going to cost him. He does get killed there. And he had quite a bit of money. Now up to 1,500. Maybe he had enough for whatever he was going to buy. Maybe he was short. I'm not sure. We'll see what he goes next, and we can make that judgment. But really unfortunate for him to get ganked there. But the main important thing was I think Puck picked up that Invis rune. I don't know if it was bot or top, but he was sitting over here when the D ward happened, so they were not able to catch his roam. Maybe the ward was late. I'm not quite sure, but it was definitely close. It will be an armlet on Skeleton King. He has maxed out critical strike, and he's just going stats now. So he's going all into HP, mana pool, agility armor, all that good stuff from this point out. And that's quite good farm. This is 950. This is insanely good GPM. Let's take a look at what he's at. 471 gold per minute this early on in the game is seriously impressive. Gyrocopter will have trouble with him, by the way, because Gyrocopter is very much an AoE hero. Skeleton King, since he's a strength carry, he's going to have naturally a ton of HP and survivability. So going head-to-head, if Skeleton King is in melee range with the Gyrocopter, Gyrocopter will have trouble, regardless of having Rocket Barrage, I think. Especially if it gets a BKB, then a lot of that stuff won't do anything anyway, so will we see a death mid? There's the ulti. Oh, the power shot's going to miss, though. He's going to skewer on through, takes a big stun, and KZZ actually might be in a lot of trouble. Big ulti, actually great usage there, and he will die. Great dual breath. Awesome decision-making from DarkFalco there. As soon as he got pushed all the way back, the skewer was excellent. Puts him in tower range, and as soon as the tether broke, he just ultied him under tower. Pucks are not that survivable. He could not manage that. It would have been a tough kill on the Magnus, though. I think they really needed to force him to break tether there, and the power shot had to land. But unfortunately, it doesn't do enough damage. 280. Even if the power shot landed, he would have been awfully. He would have still been about 1 or 200 HP, I think. So maybe we'll see Skeleton King push this out a bit now. Will we see the ice path? The whole thing's off, or he's going to play it safe. There's a lot missing right now. All of the ones from bot are missing, which is why he's backing off. He's going back into the jungle, and his hand of Midas, of course, so he's going to be able to accelerate his gold gain from this Centaur. A little damage being done to Tides, actually mid. He goes Invis, though, instead. He's a little worried about getting snagged there. He probably thought that the enemies were all around him. If you guys are wondering, by the way, why he uses Midas on the large creep instead of the small one, it's because when you use Midas, you actually get the 2.5 times the experience, which means a neutral creep gives a lot more experience than a typical melee creep or range creep does, so you want to use it on those neutral creeps because it accelerates your level. As you can see, if we look at levels, he is way ahead of anyone else in the game. And Gyro's gotten more or less free farm. He has split some EXP, but the amount that Skeleton King is ahead is quite a bit. And if he can get to 16 really fast, he is going to be so insanely difficult to kill in team fights. If he has a lot of HP and a lot of farm, and he has a 60-second cooldown of reincarnation, man, it's going to be really tough to deal with him. Pretty much has to ignore him and kill his teammates. And Gyro actually bought a whole lot of nothing. He just got a Diffusal Blade. There's a Blade of Alacrity. He could have had these items before he died, but didn't quite make the decision in time. Way too sexy, he's got to run away because simply can't deal with that missile. Though I think he can kill this. Yep. Sick farm. Missile farm all day. Tides is high ground. Doesn't have enough mana, though, to be able to initiate. I guess he could possibly ulti one stun, but that's about it. And almost a mech on Universe, despite feeding the first blood. But he does have a kill, so they're doing okay. Let's check out the graphs and see how things are going there. EXP is a pretty big dire advantage, once again. Saw this, the other sets that he played, that Dignitas played against DarkFalco stack, and gold graph as well, is not as high, but EXP is quite significant. This is largely because they had a jungler, and that's pretty much it. Jungler plus the Hand of Midas, making the biggest difference here. Armlet is now finished. I love the single magic stick. I think that's perfect. No need to get a wand. Don't really need the stats. We'll just delay your carry items. And he is now going to take this tower. Not a whole lot they can do. Goodbye, tower. So now they are matched for towers. Despite the early push, they're grabbing somebody way too sexy in trouble. He's going to eat the nuke. Great ulti from DarkFalco. Puts 2 in it. Puck ends up right in as well. And AY TPs at just the right time. Takes out the Gyrocopter. Big crit for 480. 2 levels of Vamp Aura, and he is not done yet. Universe is still chasing, needs a stun. Here comes a stun, it's going to land, and that is a big team wipe. Dignitas takes out 5 in exchange for 2, despite the great ulti from the Magnus. Picks up 2. AOI was there at the right time, was not delayed at all there. And a couple nukes, and a little bit of right-clicking on the gyrocopter takes him out in very, very short order. Like I said, Gyro's HP at this point is only about 800, 900, whereas AUI is sitting at 2k with the armlet on and hits way, way harder in a single target fashion. So, mid-wave is looking to be crushed, 7-4. I'm sure that's going to affect gold. Look at that double. Oh, wow. That was like a doubling of gold advantage right there. 22 versus 17. It's a huge swing. And they got Blink Dagger on Puck now. And Universe at 1,000 gold on top of that. So it's huge, huge swings there. Tides is going to pay for that because he did end up dying before a lot of the kills ended up coming through, but they'll still be fine. Windrunner in the same boat. But phase 1, not bad considering that he played essentially no farm for the first couple minutes. And there we go. AUI now getting some gold. He's actually having trouble with this. There's just a lot of creeps. Holy crap. But crit does help. Picks up a Mithril Hammer. Is he going to go Deso or BKB is the question. Mech is used. These Mud Golems, man. Even with 25% lifesteal, it's not enough. Though the armlet, I'm sure, is hurting a lot, too. This is like a lot of stuff in him. He's got to be careful. He's actually not strong enough. He'll armlet toggle this on. He'll be okay. He's got this. Oh, God. Oh, God. You know what? He's just going to do it. He's going to sack. Did that on purpose. We figured, you know what? I need full HP. This is taking too long, so I'll just burn my cooldown. Not die for 160 seconds because I want to get this done. So, very smart. Hopefully it doesn't die the next 160. But totally, he did it on purpose completely, guys. Promise. So, 4-man helping out with the Ancients as well. See how much the EXP is different after this one. It's going to be insane. Level 11 Puck even. Look at the hero levels right now. Actually stayed pretty flat there. I guess they spread out and farm jungle effectively, not sure. Yasha is the choice for Jara. Like I said, about 900 HP. Especially because he went max Rocket Barrage, max Flat Cannon. It's going to hurt his HP levels compared to what SK is working with. But there's a Blink Dagger on Magnus. You know, they can still make something work. And they have a Blink on Bat Rider. They have the right items on the right heroes, but is the draft going to get it done? Is the question. I mean, Dignitas still has a gold advantage. They still have a decent, quite a high EXP advantage, actually. That was huge. That was like 5k. This is, I guess it wasn't that much. It was a little jump down here, but he is going Deso. So it's going straight damage here. -6 armor from the Desolator. Does really, really good damage. He doesn't really need a BKB that bad. I mean, Magnus ulti is going to hit no matter what. Bat Rider ulti is going to hit no matter what. They basically have a homing missile, and they have an ice path, and they have a telekinesis lift. That's the only things he's going to have to deal with. Now, he doesn't have a whole lot of movement speed, obviously, but with a Deso picked up already, and an armlet and a treads at 17 minutes, man. And he only has 1 kill. He's really not that fed. But he's got the kills, that's for, or he's got the farm, that's for sure. More stacking. Trying to accelerate Universe a little bit here. Possibly just rushing straight eggs, looks like. Stout Shield doing some work here. Maybe they'll give it to Way Too... Yep, he's going to give it to him. Nice. So most of the farm going to Way Too Sexy there. I think that's probably worth it. It's quite a ways until Darkseer finishes eggs. And he's still usable. He's still worthwhile with just having the bottle there. If Way Too Sexy can finish something like a 4-staff now, that would be very useful to the team. So giving him that focus far is very, very nice. And still just kind of covering... AUI here on the Skeleton King. He's got 26 seconds until his ulti's up anyways, and that's probably what they're aiming for. Smoke gank by the time we get there, and by the time I die, my ulti will be up. So, actually, Roshan's up. They could do that. Will he go Divine Rapier is the question. There's the Invis. Tides is ready. He's going in FNC's in so much trouble. Oh, this does not look good. He can't catch him. Oh, the stun's actually not going to land, but they've thrown on the Puck ulti instead. A little bit of mana drain. It was a good attempt, but he is going to die no matter what. A couple more right clicks. They had to burn a lot of stuff to hit him, but... It's like 2 ultis at least, but AUI is on a rampage. Here he comes. He wants to fight this. Windrunner's kind of looking at the opponent saying it's going to be a Windrun ability picked up. Universe going to vacuum this. Great shackle shot. Oh my god, AUI getting ready to take out DarkFalco. He's going to have to burn his ulti. Can he 2-shot him? 3-shot. Oh my god, something else hit him. And Hannah even in a lot of trouble. He's stunned and standing still. Goes down. Windrunner completely out of mana. Man, that shackle was so good. Such cool coordination. AY does not care. Here comes the kill. The skull is mad. He's going to two-shot him. 5 dead heroes under tower. 18 minutes they're diving past tier 3 towers. I don't even care about tier 2s. Just insanely farmed Skeleton King. And 2,000 gold on top of that. 18 minutes in. Picking up level 16 and now he is so set. Top tower actually might get contested. Oh, it's not going to get denied. There's no catapult, so they will be able to save this. Spike Carapace, again, the spell stolen. And very wise of Universe to teleport out. So, looking really good for Dignitas right now. Even the puck is getting close to a 4-staff. 4-staff quite good if you get RP'd. If somebody gets RP'd, you could 4-staff them out. That's one thing you can do. Universe is going to eat a missile pretty soon here. The tower shots can't get him. It's okay, level 1, no problem. We'll see if they go for Roshan pretty soon. I'm sure SK could actually do it solo at this point with a the Desolator. Maybe. He might not have enough lifesteal. It's possible. 30% is solid, obviously, but with the armlet toggled, you take quite a bit of damage over time. Just simply put. And once again, more stacking. I mean, that's one of the things that Dignitas is doing really good here, is that they're just constantly stacking the Ancients repeatedly and putting the farm on their carry. I mean, if we look at the net worth, oh my god, that's amazing. It's like double the farm on Skeleton King over all the other heroes. It's pretty impressive. Demon Edge is the pickup, actually, so this is obviously going to be either a Rapier. I'm guessing this is going to be a Rapier. This is going to be a Rapier. They're going to get Rapier, they're going to kill Roshan, and then he's going to start one-shotting people. Like, he could get an MKB, but it's freaking Skeleton King. Way too sexy, is going to die, but whatever. He has a Perseverance for some weird reason. I don't know why. I think he's starting to dick around. This should be a 4-staff and or a mech, but I think he's dicking around because Perseverance is not common. That's for sure. Especially that early. It's kind of bad. If I saw this in a typical game, I'd be like, Perseverance, no good. But I think he's dicking around pretty much for sure. Alright, so 1,400 gold. He is, only 2,600, or sorry, 2,300 away from Rapier. I think it's going to be Rapier. He's got the Aegis. He's got Reincarnation. He might go Baller tier status. I don't know if he's going to get Refresher. He might. They might want to take this tier 1 tower. They could. Could take it. Everybody just lying in wait. And then AUI says, whatever. I'll just kill this. He's doing like 120 damage. Kind of looks like a Syllabear right now. Glyph will buy them sometime. DarkFalco's stack is going to go try to take the top Rex. The top tower at least. Trade towers at least is the best thing they could do. Because they know they can't defend. They're quite a ways behind. Even though it's only 12-5. The Skeleton King is just such a beast right now. 15k in gold and 20k experience. Just a massive advantage. So they will continue their push. Look at the TPs. Man, these long TPs. And they are ready to go. Almost a BKB on Jaro, but he's going to miss it by about 500 gold. He does have Empower, though. Only level 1. Not bad to work with, though. KZZ sitting in Viz. Could initiate. Will he grab him? Nope, everybody's gone. And AOI says, I need a Rapier. I don't care. That's what he wants. Oh, it's a DD. Oh, God. Well, who needs a Rapier when you've got it? Oh, it's going to bottle it. And then, okay. Pop DD, transfer back probably. There it is. Demon Edge. Okay, cool. So it's got the DD. A lot of Invis heroes mid. Is this a Radiant Sentry? It is, actually. This is a Radiant Sentry. They see it. Oh, Tides might get in. Oh, big ulti. Grabbing 2. Tides as well is way too sexy. 2 support heroes. They're taking a lot of damage, actually. Where's AUI? He's in. 1-2 hits. Puts people low. KZZ's running for his life. AUI is not done chasing it. That's 973 damage. Pretty good. Puck is down as well. That's the only hero from the... I'm sorry. As well as Nyx. That was a 3-shot. He's pretty farmed. Is he going to buy his Rapier now or later is the question. I'm guessing pretty soon here. Baller tier status on the way. Sick attack speed. Hanamitis really helps out with that as well, though, I must say. 5 deaths, though. I mean, this is looking like GG, believe it or not. Net worth is just so high. His CS aren't that much up over the gyro, but I mean, he just did such a good job spreading farm. Oh, it's a rabbit. That's what it is. It's some dude's face on a rabbit. I could have swore that was a beard. Thought for sure. I was like, that is definitely a beard. And Skeleton King, something's gotten stolen. It's probably a level 1 stun. Yeah, and he sees it. Just a level 1 Hellfire Blast. There it is. Here it comes. Nope, no RP. Pulls him back. Can he get AOI? 1 hit. So slow. He's going to die first time. That's his ulti. Reincarnation coming up soon. Maga's dead, though. He'll back it off and play safe for 60 seconds guaranteed. There's a good game called by Rubik. They know they can't stop the Divine. 1,500 crits from the Skeleton King. It's pretty good. And AUI will have a great time, so.
Radiant's mid tower's getting banged up.
Yep, that's going to be it for game 1. Dignitas takes it pretty solid. 7-0 and 4, 19-7. Huge gold advantage, huge XP advantage. They picked a weird hero, and they made it work, which is pretty cool to see. But I feel like just about any carry could have done this, dare I say. Is he going to feed the rapier? Oh no. Oh my god, that was like a one-shot almost. He's fighting this. Oh god. Oh god. Oh, he's two-shotting. It's alright, he's fine. Well, he didn't die. He got a lot of farm, and that's going to be game 1. So Dignitas takes game 1 pretty easily there versus DarkFalco stack. We'll be back in just a second, guys, with game 2. We'll see if DarkFalco stack can shut down Dignitas, put them behind on their insane rampage. They're just playing so well right now. Really solid picks, interesting roaming and decision making, but it totally worked out. Skeleton King's farm was insane, and Gyrocopter just simply can't match that hero. So Skeleton King, Gyro counter, possibly, maybe. Baller stats was achieved though, that's for sure. Alright, we'll be back in just a second, guys. Thanks for watching.